Good evening, viewers. You're now watching Hornbill TV. A bold anti-corruption proposal allegedly linked to Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister Vijay is now going viral across social media. The graphic claims that citizens who submit video proof of government officials demanding bribes could receive a reward of ₹1 lakh. In a move to wipe out systematic corruption, the Tamil Nadu government has launched a high-stakes, citizen-driven initiative. The Vijay Citizen Award. Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay has announced a ₹1 lakh cash reward for any citizen who captures concrete audio or video evidence of government officials demanding bribes. This bold policy claims to turn the public into active anti-corruption watchdogs. Our special report brings you the details. To facilitate this, the government has activated a dedicated toll-free anti-corruption helpline at 1800-425-1555, where citizens can call this number to report extortion and also securely submit their digital evidence. But cash rewards are only for the first phase of this administrative overhaul. The government is also introducing the Tamil Nadu Citizen Privilege Card. Inspired by the Aadhaar model, this smart card aims to transition the state towards AI-driven governance. And by automating welfare distribution and essential services, the system seeks to eliminate the physical paperwork and bureaucratic middlemen that frequently breed corruption. However, independent verification of the schemes has not yet emerged, and no official Tamil Nadu government notification confirming the announcement could be found at the time of filing this report. But still then, the concept itself is drawing attention because it reflects growing public frustration over corruption in day-to-day governance. So supporters argue that ordinary citizens are often powerless when facing corrupt officials, especially in offices dealing with license, contracts, certificates, welfare schemes or recruitment. They say a whistleblower reward system could encourage people to, say, expose illegal demands that otherwise go unreported out of fear or maybe helplessness. Others, however, warn that such a system could also be misused through edited clips, personal vendettas, politically motivated targeting, or also entrapment tactics. Legal experts say any such policy would require strict safeguard, including forensic verification of videos, witness protection mechanisms, privacy safeguards, and also clear legal procedures before action is taken. So the debate is especially relevant in regions like Nagaland, where public frustration over alleged corruption, delayed files and unofficial payment is frequently discussed both offline and on social media. Some citizens believe stronger transparency tools like including digital tracking system, anonymous complaint portals and fast anti-corruption investigations could improve public trust in governance. But others caution that lasting reform cannot rely on viral exposure or reward system. They say real change depends on political will, institutional accountability, and also faster investigations and protection for honest officers willing to resist corrupt practices. So whether or not the viral Tamil Nadu claim turns out to be real, the public reaction shows one thing clearly. Across India, citizens are increasingly demanding cleaner, more transparent government. Now let's come down to Nagaland. Could such a step bring real change in Nagaland as well? If it was implemented, would it be viable? Could a step bring real change in Nagaland? Remains the big question. The answer may vary. The answer is both yes and no. Because corruption in Nagaland is not seen merely as an administrative issue, but as something deeply connected to politics, social relationships, dependency networks, and long-standing public distrust. Recent CAG findings, allegations of backdoor appointments, and growing frustration among unemployed youth show that corruption and lack of transparency remain major public concerns in the state. If Nagaland were to introduce a whistleblower reward system where citizens could submit proof of bribery or corruption, it would certainly create shock waves across the system. since government institutions play a central role in the state's economy and also the society. Even lower level corruption involving unofficial payments, favor-based approvals, file delays or commission demands could become riskier if officials fear being exposed through video evidence. And such a system could also empower ordinary citizens and the frustrated youth who increasingly demand meritocracy, accountability and transparent governance. However, Nagaland's social reality makes the situation far more complicated. Unlike larger states where anonymity is easier, Nagaland is a tightly connected society where people are linked through tribe, clan, church, village, family ties, political affiliations, student bodies and government networks. And in short, Nagaland being a Gemenship society. Because of this, many citizens may hesitate to expose corruption, not because they support it, but because they fear social backlash, political targeting, isolation, loss of opportunities, or even retaliation against their families. The political dimension is equally sensitive. Nagaland's economy remains heavily dependent on government spending, contracts, central grants, and public sector employment as well. So this creates intense competition around access to state resources, making anti-corruption action highly politicized. Without strong safeguards, whistleblower system could also be misused through edited clips, vendetta politics, misinformation, or selective targeting during political or tribal rivalries. That is why experts would argue that reward schemes alone cannot bring lasting reform. Real change in Nagaland would likely require deeper structural reforms such as digital governance, transparent recruitment systems, online tracking or files, stronger audit follow-ups, independent vigilance, the mechanisms, time-bound public services, and strong legal protection for whistleblowers. The bigger truth is that most Nagas are not supportive of corruption. In fact, frustration against corruption is widespread, especially among unemployed youth, students, honest officers, and ordinary citizens struggling with limited opportunities and rising costs. The deeper problem is that many people feel corruption has become normalized and too closely tied to power structures to challenge safely. So the question again arises, could such a whistleblower system create change? Yes, it could temporarily shake the system and increase fear among corrupt actors, but lasting change in Nagaland would require something much deeper. A cultural and institutional shift where accountability is no longer seen as risky, political or selective, but as shared public responsibility supported by trusted institutions and genuine political will. But besides this, as mentioned before, the question still remains big. So what do you think about it?